Hi, welcome back to Simplified Living. Do you ever feel like life is moving too fast or you're constantly running from one task to another with no time to pause and reflect? If you feel this way, you are definitely not alone because millions of people around the world feel the same way. And as a result, we feel disconnected from ourselves, our loved ones, and the world around us. Today, we're going to explore a powerful practice that helps you slow down, find calm, and truly live in each moment. Welcome to Mindful Living. I'm Rebecca, and I welcome you to Simplified Living for Women Over 50. I didn't realize how important it was to achieve mindfulness until I became a grandmother 7 years ago. I just felt like I was always so busy and too busy around the time when my kids were younger. And I knew that I wanted to be able to give my grandkids time that I felt like I cheated my kids on. But until recently, I was always on the go, too busy to be in the moment. And I didn't have time. I mean, I really didn't. What was the moment? My tasks were one right after another. And I was a severe multitasker with three things going on at the same time. And then I jumped to three more things going on at the same time. How often do we take off on a daily drive or just driving from point A to B and not even remembering how we got there? And the most appropriate time to be mindful is actually when we're driving. And that's probably the worst time that we do it, that we're not mindful. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of not only mindfulness, but mindful living. We're going to look at what is mindfulness, the 8 building blocks, and also the techniques. I feel that it's very important to start with the basics because so many things make up a simplified life. Mindfulness is just one of them. And unless you know exactly what mindfulness is, I don't feel that you're going to really be able to achieve totally a simplified life. So, mindfulness is the art of being fully present, focusing your attention on the here and now without judgment. It's about increasing awareness, clarity, while having a deeper connection to the present moment. At 61, I'll be honest to say that I thought the term mindful was listening to a person when they tell you to do something. Like I have my grandmother's voice in my head. You better be mindful and mind me. Well, that's not what mindful means here. The benefits of mindfulness it has an incredible impact on us mentally and physically. It's extremely important in today's fast-paced, distraction-filled world. Mentally, it will result in less stress and anxiety, which will allow a person to focus better and gain a greater sense of well-being. Physically, we will see a decrease in blood pressure, heart rate, and those wonderful gastrointestinal effects. There are 8 building blocks that make up mindfulness, and it's important to know what these are in order to, again, achieve a simplified life. Present moment awareness, which is fully immersing yourself in the here and now. It's releasing past regrets and future anxieties. My favorite saying is if you are depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. And if you're at peace, you're living in the present. The second building block is non judgment. And that is extremely difficult to achieve for most individuals. And I can attest to that myself. This allows you to practice self acceptance and freedom from self criticism. We do a lot of labeling on our thoughts, our feelings, and experiences. And we like to say they're either good or they're bad. And for the majority of us, we say we have bad ones. So stop judging yourselves. Patience is the third building block. This is allowing things to unfold in their own time, rather than forcing or rushing experiences. Sit back, allow things to just happen. Patience will teach us to embrace each moment just as it is. The fourth building block is a beginner's mind, approaching each experience with fresh eyes, as if you were encountering a situation for the very first time. sort of like childlike. You know how you see a child that sees something for the first time, and it really helps cultivate curiosity, which in turn will keep life much more interesting. The fifth one is acceptance, embracing reality as it is without trying to change it. It doesn't mean that you're giving up. It just means that you're recognizing the things that you can and cannot control. And I think the AA, Alcoholics Anonymous Serenity Prayer, says it the best. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change and courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Number 6 on the building blocks of mindfulness is letting go, releasing the attachments to specific thoughts, outcomes, or feelings. It teaches us to let go of ideas or emotions that cause suffering, or it causes us to hold back. It holds. Compassion is number 7. Show kindness towards yourself and others, creating a positive inner dialogue and promoting empathy, easing your stress and improving relationships. Number 8, the final building block of mindfulness is gratitude. Recognizing and appreciating what's good in life, no matter if it's big or small. You'll shift your focus away from negativity, encouraging contentment and joy. The last part of our discussion today, we're going to talk about techniques of mindfulness. And there are 3 of those. Meditation is one of the most powerful mindfulness techniques. This one will allow one to quiet the mind, focus on the present moment, find inner peace. You want to find a quiet place, sit comfortably. Usually it's hands to your side or on your lap. You focus on your breath. And that's where a lot of this, of being mindful, you're being mindful of the breathing. When your mind wanders, because definitely it will, gently just bring it back. I do a lot of drifting my mind when I do meditation, but I just talk to myself, all right, girl, bring it back. There is no certain way to feel or a state of being. It's really just about showing up, being present, and being calm. Just about allowing yourself to be. The second technique is breathing exercises, which that is really part also of your meditation because you do a lot of the breathing in meditation. But breathing exercises are a game changer when it comes to practicing mindful living for me. When we become anxious or stressed, our breathing will become shallow and rapid. And I know quite often I find myself taking very shallow breaths throughout the day, especially I notice it when I'm driving. I'll just be driving along and all of a sudden oh my God, breathe, you're not breathing, take a breath. But once I remind myself to breathe, I become aware of my surroundings. So taking a few breaths, that's all it takes. You will benefit physically. It'll calm your nervous system. It will slow down your heart rate. And overall, finding a sense of calm. One nice thing about breathing exercises is that you can do it anywhere, anytime. Unlike meditation, you can't drive down the road with your eyes closed. So today we're going to try a little bit of a breathing exercise. I want you to sit down. If you're driving, you can still participate in this. You don't have to close your eyes. Do not close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And I always remind myself, smell the flowers. And then hold it for 5 seconds. As you exhale, you're going to do it very slowly and rhythmic. You're going to have a nice pace. And we always remind ourselves you're going to be blowing out the candles. Be mindful of the air, expanding your lungs, and then releasing it. You can do this several times throughout the day, and I advise you to do that. It will really help you refresh yourself. The third and last technique of mindfulness is something that until recently, I have never heard of. It's called mindful eating. And so often guilty of scarfing down our meals, eating while on the go, or while watching TV, never really aware of the action of eating. Imagine Putting a grape in your mouth, savoring every bite, just roll it around your mouth. You're going to pay attention to every detail, flavor, texture, smell. It's a wonderful way to reconnect to your senses and find pleasure in simple things. By doing this exercise, it will also develop a healthier relationship with food and hopefully manage better eating habits. How do I fit mindfulness into my daily life? It's not meant to be time consuming, but to utilize the time that you already have throughout the day more intentionally, and it will hopefully cause more awareness into your existing routine. Through mindful breaks and eating, practicing gratitude, letting go of things, or practicing compassion for yourself and others are just a few of the countless ways to live more mindfully. As I have aged, I feel that it's kind of more natural for me to live a more mindful way of life. I used to be just so busy with things with my kids that I just didn't make time for myself or make time for my surroundings. As much as I do not like regrets, I will say that this is one area that I truly regret not practicing at an earlier stage of life. In order to get this and integrate it into your life, it really just starts small. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes a day. And over time and practice, mindfulness will eventually become second nature. Each moment you bring your awareness to the present is a victory towards a more intentional, peaceful life. And I love victories. Be kind to yourself. Focus on your senses, thoughts, and breath. And eventually, mindfulness will become part of your everyday life. Thank you for joining me on this mindful journey, and I would love to hear from you in the comments below. How will you begin your journey towards mindful living? Have you tried any techniques that made a difference? If you're interested in more content on ways to simplifying your life, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care, and we'll see you on Simplified Living for Women Over 50.